Hi, I'm here in Southeast Auburn to award the very first certificate for SAFER, Safe Auburn for Every Resident. It is really critical that all of the people in Auburn have a safe and warm place to live. So this is the first time we are giving out this certificate, and look at this great lending library that I'm standing next to. That's all part of the program. One of the things that our first recipients decided that it was important to do for their area.
Well, I think it's important for our tenants to have a safe place to live and provide for their family, and we're trying to provide an apartment that reflects that and the grounds that reflect that. We've tried to bring up the quality of the outside of the apartment. We just did this enclosure for the garbage, and we've power washed and cleaned. So those are some of the things that we've done on the outside of the apartment. And we do a yearly inspection internally.
So I came to the City of Auburn about a year ago and really started taking a look at housing, because to me it's really important that our citizens that live here, whether you're a single mom raising 2 children, whether you're a senior citizen or someone who has a disability, you need to have a safe environment that you can call home. So really started digging in, looking at our city code 5.22 that talks about the different strategies for landlords and property owners in order to manage their business here in our town. We worked with local law enforcement. We made it a requirement that all managers and owners of rental properties have to attend a crime-free landlord training program. We had our first class back in March. There's going to be 2 more classes, one June 24th and then again at the middle of September. It was very well attended. So far the managers have all embraced the idea that have worked with us, and that's kind of how the SAFER program has evolved. The other component is that the properties have to go through an on-site inspection. Because of the number of properties that we have in town, we're going to do some that are on the honor system. They can do a self-assessment of their property. And then others, like Michael, have voluntarily agreed to allow us to come out so that we could test our process, test our inspection checklist, and here we are today.
It's really important for us to have a standard that everybody works with, and it brings up the level and the quality of the rentals in Auburn. I think it'll help people feel safer, and that they know that they don't have to worry about if everything's going to work right and be good and be safe, because Auburn has a standard.
The Multi-Service Center does a community needs assessment every 3 years to find out what the community thinks are the top causes of poverty, what are the top needs in the community, and affordable housing comes up as the #1 need consistently. And so we know it's important for people to be able to access safe, stable, affordable housing in their community in order to be able to have their children thrive in school, to be able to access higher wage jobs. And so really providing affordable housing is very important for us to help not just those individuals, but to help the communities thrive as well.
When we originally got the property 2 years ago, it was in foreclosure, and we had to rehab 3 of the 4 units. We kept one of the people that were already here, took them on, and we had a vision to bring up the area. The lending library was a part of that. We had a lot of donations, a lot of hard work, and the City of Auburn allowed us to do it. We went there, we asked them if we could do a library, and they said sure, and a year later, here it is. So we've just had a lot of fun, and it's more of a community than actually just renting an apartment. So that's what we want to create, is a community environment.
Right, it wasn't just about the aesthetics, but about safety and so forth. And so there was little things that they found when they came out and did the inspection. We were able to get on that right away and then get their approval that, hey, everything is great, and that this is a place people can go and rent and not worry about are they safe, are they getting their money's worth, and so forth. And so Auburn is really working hard to have a wonderful, safe, and friendly community. It's really good.
First, you need to realize that you need a business license. And second of all, I would say that they should probably come into an organization like Washington Landlords Association so they can understand the laws, the forms. It's when we first began, we didn't realize that we needed a criteria just to say this is what our standards are, so people have an understanding, and you can't change that. So there's a lot of paperwork, a lot of things that Olympia's done, the city's done, and I just think that they should embrace that first.
Again, Auburn leads the way with the community police team, with the Citizens Academy, all the things that they do. One of the first cities in this state to be federally accredited. They're great. The police department we have in Auburn has a heart. They have compassion. I've seen them so many times work with people and show that compassionate side first and always. And then the community policing team meet with me on a regular basis and help us work out issues and give us great suggestions, and they're always there for us. So I love Auburn. That's all there is to it.
So you've met our first 3 early adopters of SAFER, Safe Auburn for Every Resident. Don't you think it's time that you get on board too? If you're a property owner, property manager, landlord within the City of Auburn, it's time for you to check out SAFER, because it's the right thing to do for our community.